welcome back to the channel. I want to address something today that you often hear in the West from various groups of Buddhist teachers, and it's the idea that you can become enlightened in one lifetime. So if you take this teacher or that teacher or follow this path or that path, you can become enlightened in one lifetime. But if you follow another path, you can't, and it's longer, and you probably have to spend many lifetimes before you can get enlightened. To be honest, I'm not sure what this means. If you look at it closely, whenever anybody gets enlightened, it's never on the basis of one life. So the traditional Buddhist idea about this is that everybody has lived an infinite number of lives in various forms to reach this point. So nobody is getting enlightened in one life as far as I can see. I think the point of view is always that if somebody is able to achieve enlightenment, then it's on the basis of the past karma that it happens in this lifetime. So they've done a lot of good things in the past, done a lot of work on Dhamma matters, and the point has come where they're ready to reach enlightenment. From the Theravada point of view, there are various stages. The Sotapanna, which means that there are 7 fortunate lives left, perhaps not more than 7 fortunate lives left before enlightenment. Or a Sakadagami is a once returner, just come back one more time. Again, it would be a fortunate life. And the Arahant who is enlightened. So also don't need to pass through each of the stages. I don't think. No, you could just become an Arahant immediately, just on the basis of your karma, I suppose. But what I really want to address is this idea of becoming a Buddha in one lifetime. It's basically a Vajrayana idea, I think, and maybe it's just that I don't understand what they're saying exactly. But as I said before, whenever anybody becomes enlightened, it's on the basis of past karma, really. And everybody's lived infinite number of lives anyway, so nobody is actually becoming enlightened on the basis of one life. If you become enlightened, it's on the basis of your karma. Maybe I've misunderstood something, but I guess there is the idea in the Vajrayana that you can move quicker because in the Theravada, the first option is to become a Sotapanna, which means 7 lives before enlightenment. But in Vajrayana, they do say that from this point you can become a Buddha in one lifetime. But I think that's very rare. And of course, there is also some dispute, perhaps. Some difference of opinion between Theravada, Mahayana, Vajrayana on this. So in Theravada, you become enlightened, which means you see Nibbana. But in Vajrayana, everybody has a Buddha nature, and so it's like realizing your Buddha nature. It seems close in some ways to the Hindu idea of the Atman in everybody, although obviously in Buddhism there is no eternal soul. But in practical terms, perhaps Mahayana, particularly Vajrayana, in India, when it developed, was a kind of response to the resurgence of Hinduism, so it included a lot of Hindu ideas, and the idea that the Atman dwells in everybody is a bit similar, perhaps in some ways, to the idea of the Buddha nature residing in everyone. But these are just my own personal opinions, and I could well be wrong. This is what I think at the moment, and I'm just trying to work out some of my own ideas, really, because it is a bit confusing, this concept of follow our path because you can become enlightened in one lifetime. It's always on the basis of many, many lifetimes, and your karma, I think, that you become enlightened. So if you don't have the right karma, if you don't have the right background, if you haven't done the right preparation, then I don't think you're going to get enlightened in any tradition. So there's not like a magic spell that's going to produce enlightenment. In general, I think in Vajrayana there is the concept of Dzogchen, which I don't know a lot about, really, and they say that is a quicker path. I do know something about Tantra in Vajrayana, and I practice a tantric practice in Vajrayana. I don't know if it's particularly quick in terms of becoming enlightened, because it has two stages, a generation stage and a completion stage, and the generation stage is very intricate, very detailed. It will take you a long time to do it well, lots and lots of visualizations. If you just read through the practice that I do, it will take you probably a long time to get through it. It's about 18 pages, I think. So it's not just reading, it is a question of visualizing many, many things, and after you do that, you have to move on to the completion stage, which is, again, very detailed and involves a lot of things to do. So I wouldn't have thought that was particularly quick, or quicker than, say, doing samatha and vipassana meditation in the Theravada tradition. So this video is really just saying that I think anyone who's choosing to do one path rather than another because they've heard that you can become enlightened in one lifetime with this path but not with another path may well be acting on mistaken premises, in the sense that perhaps they get it wrong. They think that, okay, that means that whatever I'm like, I can just take this path and I'll become enlightened. No, I think what they mean is that if the conditions are right and your background is right and your karma is right, then you could become enlightened. But there's no guarantee about it in any tradition, and it depends on how you have been in the past, and your preparation. You will not become enlightened if you're not ready in any tradition. So be careful about that, and I would say don't let it be an important part of your decision which tradition to follow. So that's all I have to say about this, and thank you. Thanks.